books in its rightful place. And John donated the entirety of Doreen's legacy to the Doreen Valiente Foundation. And then he asked me to be a trustee, and I found myself kind of grovelling again and saying, John, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And he said, no, there's nobody I know who would. He said, you defend the honour of the collection, wouldn't you? You defend Doreen's legacy. I said, yeah. He said, well, you're a perfect trustee then. So I duly became a trustee, and in time the Centre Director of the Centre for Pagan Studies. And since then we've been doing what we can to work towards building a museum of magic and witchcraft and folklore. We've got kind of quite a long way down that line. Can't really say too much publicly, but we're on a new tack at the moment to do something quite exciting. But meanwhile, we've kept up what we intended to do. We've been doing some research, a lot of research. There's a number of books published, there's more coming out. Started our own publishing company. We've just done 2 blue plaques. You know the blue plaques that they put on the walls of buildings where famous people live? We've done one for Doreen, and it's gone on a humble council block in Brighton, at Tyson Place, which we're told is the first blue plaque to go on a council block of flats in the country. It's certainly the first blue plaque to be given to a witch for witchcraft. And these are all things that are making an impression on society. These are all things that are pushing back and saying, hey, we might be a minority, and you might think we're a bit weird, and you might think lots of things, but look, we're actually all right, and we're doing the normal, regular people, sensible, rational, reasonable, nice people, and we're taking our part in society. And I think that's kind of the message I want to. I didn't know this was going to be the kind of talk where you have to give a message, but my message is slightly echoing Alan's, and that is that everybody's got a right to their own path, and they've got a right to find it. And the person who denies them that right the most is themselves. But there are sectors of society who will deny you your rights, given half a chance, who will ridicule you and laugh at you like the bullies at school. And I think, in many ways, in a very political sort of sense, the paranormal community is suffering some of that prejudice from outside. And it's a very similar parallel story to the way that certainly modern witchcraft and modern paganism has gone. But I'm suggesting to you should fight that, and you should follow your own path and tell your own path. And if in doing so you can find some unity, as some of you people are starting to do. I say you people, I've only just got involved with you guys, with the paranormal community, and it was a kind of tenuous step. But you've got these issues to solve, these investigative issues, these belief issues and things. And if you come together, and some of the people I'm mixing with, some of the people who put on this event, people who organise Paracon, and people like Matt and Gray, and people like Alan who run these radio shows, it's all about that information and communication. It's all about overcoming that sense of ridiculousness and silliness and being able to say, you know what, you've got absolutely every right to think that. And now that you've explained it to me, it doesn't sound quite so stupid, it doesn't sound quite so bad. Maybe I'll go away with a different opinion myself. And it's that process that human beings have got to go through if we're going to save our planet, because we're in a mess. And this wasn't supposed to be a soapbox about environmental issues either. But obviously, a nature religion like witchcraft is quite concerned with the earth and caring for it. So I'm suspecting that we're heading to the point where I need to start wrapping up on it. Is that right, Greg? How are we doing?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. I'm not really sure what else I can tell you about witchcraft without being asked, so I'm going to open up to some questions in a moment. But I just want to end by saying that, if anybody's interested, you can contact me or us through either the organisers of this, or search online for Doreen Valiente or the Centre for Pagan Studies, or even just for me, actually Mortimer. I'm going to see to it, it's my solemn vow as a practitioner of the craft, to protect the honour of the craft, and to protect its mysteries and its secrets, and to protect the other members and my other brothers and sisters. But the people who I'm bothered about most are Doreen and Gerald, who both deserve to take a place in history as a rightful place in history. And even if it's a bit warts and all, I want that place to be accurate. But in the meantime, before they pass from living memory to absolute history and just dusty figures in a book, I want to kind of collect the information and the research and tell the story of what they were like as people. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, if you get an opportunity, if I get an opportunity to come and speak to you again, then maybe I can tell you a bit more of the story and tell you a bit more about Doreen and Gerald.
Can I just say something, please, actually?
Yes, please, Alan.
I'd like to invite you onto a radio show.
Oh,
and then you can tell.
I accept.
Then you can tell a lot of people around the world
Alan, that'd be wonderful. Alan, that'd be great. Thank you.